Proverbs 9 verse 10. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. If we want to experience God's way of doing life, His wisdom, then fear must come first. This fear is not dread, anxiety or terror. It is having an attitude and keeping a habit of reverence. Encountering God has its parallels in the ways in which we encounter people. We might arrange to meet someone we know. We might happen to meet someone we know. We might meet someone we don't know and start a promising conversation. A stunningly beautiful day last week. 8:30 a.m. We read morning prayer, marvelling at ancient encounters with God enshrined in the Bible. They could have been written about our own times. So consistent is human nature. So permanent is God's character. An afternoon walk on Berwick Pier. Great creamy waves smashing themselves against Little Point. A seal floating in the river. A swan struggling to reach calmer waters by the pier maltings. It was so lovely. We had to sit, lost in awe. A couple came towards us, friends from Twaidmouth Church. We talked and shared and cared. How can we meet God? I mean, really encounter Him. How can we know His wisdom, His presence, His guidance, His intimate care for each one of us? If we take both reverence for God and an expectation that we will meet with Him into every day, then we shall certainly encounter Him. We may arrange to meet Him, maybe a regular prayer time or a church service, attended or online. We can recognise Him in one of those chance meetings that I call God incidences. Or we can simply saturate ourselves in our surroundings, looking for His interpretation of the things we observe. The swan made me think of the sheer effort it has become to live in these restricted days, and yet the promise of calm waters is there. The swan looked extremely relieved. Is God promising that we too will be relieved from these stressful times? Notice the ending of our text. The fear of the Lord is only the beginning of wisdom. This is a lifelong and life-giving relationship which never ends.